All right. Oh, this is the preview. Oh, we're here. What's up, guys? I didn't know that we were here. Welcome, everybody. I didn't know that this was live, but I apologize for not being here for the last several minutes. You guys saw me scrambling and trying to figure it out, but we made it. Welcome to the master stream and the masterclass, guys. Let's get in, and I'm going to show you what we're going to talk about today. So let's pull up the agenda here. I got to get a couple of things sent out. So let me just get this sent out. I don't know if this went out. Let's go ahead and delete this because I don't want this going out to anybody. So guys, we're going to be talking today about really the basics of how you guys can get started online making money through through messenger marketing and through chatbots. So let me send that out. That's out there. Everything else is good. And let's get going. So guys, I'd love to know who's here. I'd love to know if this is your guys' first time on a live training. I've realized that I was doing a lot of these and then went away from them because we got so busy with our client work. But I know that it is so important for you guys to continually be learning, and I want to help you guys do that. And really, most importantly, I really want to help you guys create the business and the life that you love. I think that's what we all wake up wanting to do, is create something that we look forward to doing every day. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to help you to do specifically with chatbots and messenger marketing. So let me know who's here. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Chris, what's going on? So guys, let's talk about really the steps that we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about really our 3 steps. Is number 1, the first step is how to create a value bomb. We'll talk about a sales system, and then we'll talk about how to scaling it. And really, it's the simplest and the most affordable way to build an online business. And we'll talk about why it's the simplest and most affordable way to build an online business, especially if you guys are starting right now, or if you guys are if you've been in this game for a little bit. So Jeremy, what's up? Thanks for hopping on, guys. If you guys have questions about any of this, throw them down there. But I really want to give you guys an overview and show you guys really from start to finish how you guys can build an online business with this stuff. So it doesn't look like I can invite people, but I'm going to write a post here, and I'm going to post this to my wall. And then if you guys, would obviously, if you guys enjoy any of this stuff, then make sure that you guys share it out. Likes and loves, those things always help too. And I think that it's important to also address that a lot of people a few weeks ago thought that chatbots were going away. And a lot of people thought that chatbots were actually something that, oh my goodness, messenger marketing's dead. I might as well throw in the towel. Why should I do it? And during that whole embargo thing, what ended up happening was we ended up really 5Xing our business while everybody else was sleeping. We went out and we found an opportunity to be able to get clients who were on the edge, and it was actually something that pushed them over the edge. And so for you, there is this opportunity where people are waking up to the possibilities and waking up to what messenger marketing can do. It's just the beginning, right? I got a call from one of the utility services out here in LA asking me, they wanted to talk about building a chatbot for their utility service. And I've actually, that's something that came inbound, that they were waking up to it. And so they reached out and contacted me. And so similarly, people are waking up to what these things can do. And if you guys haven't seen Google, they just released a new Google Assistant that can actually make phone calls, right? And it will actually call real, it'll have human conversations with people and do a lot of basic tasks that people are paying assistants and people are paying, VAs to do. All of this stuff is going to be done through chatbots. And so you as a business owner, you as a marketer, you have this opportunity to get in still at the beginning. It's still very, very early in this whole process. So I want you to kind of understand that this is not something that is over, right? So let's see. We talked about that. Okay, so we talked about what we're going to talk about today. We talked about why you need to do it. What else? Should we talk about like why it matters? Like, should we talk about what I like, why I feel so passionate about helping you build, a business and a lifestyle that you love through messenger marketing? Because I was really grateful. I spoke to one of my early mentors recently, that was mentored me in the direct sales world. And it was funny because I was reminiscing the other day about why I was so passionate about online, why I really was bought into the online space. And if you guys didn't know, in 2016, I spent over $20,000 on direct mail, right? A direct mail campaign, because I was working for a direct sales company, and they were, that was really the thing to do, was you sent direct mail. For the last, several decades, direct mail had worked. And I was looking at my P&Ls, and I was going over some of the numbers, and I saw that it absolutely was the most unprofitable thing I had ever done, right? I spent $20,000, and I think I got like from that back, like returned like 7,000. So literally it was this loss of 13, 14,000. And okay, that may look okay to the IRS, but that really hurts when you're looking at your numbers and you're saying, wow, I could have thrown that into Facebook ads. I could have thrown that into, Google PPC. I could have thrown that into all of these other avenues, right? Influencer marketing, Instagram. I could have thrown it into there, and it would have been much more effective and much more efficient. And that year, we still did over $1 million in top line revenue. And so on the outside, it looked really, really amazing. But I was really unhappy and really wanted to get out, of what I was doing, because although we had just done our third year over 7 figures, and we had just done $5 million in total revenue, since I had started, it wasn't fun, and it wasn't efficient anymore. And I saw this online world. And so since then, I've built an online community. The combined Facebook groups, I was just thinking about it, have combined for 5,000, almost 10,000 people between our Facebook groups. So, nothing to, nothing really to write home about, but I've seen the power and the leverage of communities. I have a group of over 100 students in our accelerator program who train on a weekly basis on how to build their digital agency. And then I've also worked with a series of clients across all different industries, building them bots, information products, local businesses, lots of different things. So anyways, that's enough about me. Let's talk about what we need to do. Okay. So here's the system, right? We're going to talk about the simple system, and we're going to talk also about whether you're building an agency or whether you're selling products, right? Either way, we're going to talk about what you need to do in order to build a business. So I'm curious for you. Are you selling, for you guys, I need some input right now so I know where to go. Are you selling products or are you selling services, right? So give me a P for products, give me an S for services, because although they are similar, they're a little bit different just in your approach. So give me a S for services and a P for products. Let me know. Gary, what's up? Tracy, what's going on? Guys. So the reason I ask is because although they are similar, you just want to know that you're going to approach this a little bit differently. You want to approach things just a tad different. And so let me see if I've got anything. S. Everybody's here is S. Okay, so great. So let's talk about services. So Value Bomb here. So one of my mentors, Joe Polish, he was someone who really, really showed me the value of direct response marketing when it came to local businesses. And what he did is he was a roofer, and he realized that he was dealing with a bunch of looky-loos and a bunch of people who didn't really value his product. And so in the early days, before even the internet, right, he actually set up an automated voicemail, right, like an answering machine that basically was a video sales letter, or was like a sales letter talking about all of the things that were great about his business. Now, here's the catch, okay? he actually didn't frame it as, hey, here's all the great things about my business. What he did is in his ads, he actually told people in the yellow pages, right, in the newspapers, he said, don't hire a carpet cleaner before you listen to this pre-recorded message, right? And so people were like, what do you mean don't hire a carpet cleaner? And so what happened is they would call in and it would be like, hey, here's 5 things you need to know before you hire a carpet cleaner. Hey, make sure that they do this. B, make sure that they do this. C, make sure that they do this. Now, it was a very helpful, it was just information marketing before its time. Now, here's the thing though, okay? When people called that in and they listened to this, well, they were already in the mindset of looking for a person who was, could clean their carpet. That's why they responded to the ad. But secondly, what really happened is they got nurtured, they built a relationship with this person, and then all of a sudden that message had so much value and also highlighted all the pain points that the customer was having, so that the natural progression for them was to want to take action so that they could fix it. So what you've got to do is similarly find a very, very useful thing for your business to be able to provide to your potential clients, okay? Because here's the thing. Similarly, like in the content marketing space, right? You've got to be able to provide something of value. Now, here's what I would say. When it comes to services, right? Let's think about this, right? Especially if we're providing services for local businesses, if we're providing services for businesses, organizations that are going to be paying us, thousands of dollars. At this point, it may be beneficial for you to create an individual, outline or individual article, right? If you already know that this person, and I've talked on previous, we'll talk in the sales system about how to find people who are actually interested, right? So remind me to talk about that. But it may be valuable if you're going to create a PDF for them to see what you can provide. It may be valuable to make it personalized, to go through and make it branded, to find specific things that you can offer to them, right? I remember for us one time we were working with a client, and in the sales, like going back and forth of like, is this something that we want? And what did it was I went through and I wrote I just wrote up, and instead of giving her a general kind of contract or a general outline of the deliverables that we provide, I literally went through and gave her the specifics of, we're going to do this, like this many messages, this many PDFs, this many thises, and it got really, really specific. I threw that into a PDF for her. She was able to look at it, take a, she was able to read it. I also am a big fan of, I'll put in here a video, right? Sending customized videos to be able to do that. I'm also a big fan of doing that, but providing value, right? Like you don't necessarily need to start selling because that's going to ruin the relationship, right? That's going to kind of spoil people from going to the next, from taking the next step, right? You want to make it really, really easy for people to get step by step. What do I mean by that, right? Like if you're offering someone a free PDF that you've just put together that's going to help their business, there's no harm in getting that, right? If it's a short video for them to watch on how to improve their business, there's no harm in that, right? So realize before I go to, we're going to talk about our one-on-one call in a bit. Before I go to that, what I'm really doing is making sure that I'm providing value in lots of, in the way that's going to be most valuable, right? So let's talk about through those, okay? So in the PDF, there's a couple of things that we need to make sure that we really, really cover, right? And if you guys have questions, I'm going to hop into questions in just a second, so throw them down there. And of course, guys, if this is valuable, if you're learning anything about how to build a business or how to build a lifestyle that you love, the likes and loves always help. They tell Zuckerberg and the good old Google watch that this is a valuable thing to watch. So I'd appreciate the likes and loves if this is helpful. Okay, so don't just send them a PDF. Don't just send them a video. What I also recently, we're working with a politician, and we are designing a campaign and I was thinking like, what would people, what's going to get them, the service for them is ultimately like being of service, right? To being in office. And so for them, what I thought would be valuable was instead of just running a basic ad, right? Like, oh, this person for whatever, people usually want updates. People want some sort, they want to stay in the loop. I just got it's coming up on California primaries, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm so out of the loop. So similarly, you can provide updates. Maybe it's updates on their industry. Maybe it's updates on their particular niche. Maybe it's things that you can give them, 7 tips for this particular industry. The point is you want to give them something that they actually want. All right, let me hop in and see if there's any questions. Brandy, Charles, what's up, guys? Hey, Wasili. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that. Guys, if you guys have questions, we're talking about specifically services, but if you guys are selling a product, throw that down there too and let me know. Just, write P, and I can talk about some of this stuff. But what we like to do is if it's a PDF, usually that's, when I say PDF, I mean PDF or some sort of written, right? So I mean like this is some sort of email. Okay. Now we can actually show you a little later. Well, I'll show you how I got 300 free opt-ins, right? But this is a PDF or an email or some sort of written word. Now we also like to send video. My default microphone has changed to that. No, I don't want that. Hold on, guys. So what happened here? Business, guys, sorry. You got some, there it is. Okay, we're back in business. I want to make sure we got some good audio for y'all who are listening. So we like to send videos, very personalized videos, at least to an extent, right? A lot of the times we'll personalize the beginning and we'll personalize the end, and then we'll make the beginning or the middle all the same. And so that is one way to kind of amp up the level of output that you're doing. But we also like to send videos and walkthroughs of what it is that we provide, how we provide it, right? So you can also send videos to people, once again, who are interested. And our goal in the videos, our goal through the updates, our goal through our PDF is we want to handle the objections that they have, right? We want to, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh, is this worth it? Right? So that's the first thing that we're probably trying to handle the first thing that we're trying to handle is, do they need it? And usually if we do a good job with our lead magnet, usually if we do a good job with our targeting, we're able to identify the right ones who actually need it, because we're going to show you how to have people raise their hand, right? The second thing is we need to be able to figure out not only the ones who need it, right? But we want to show them that is it worth it, right? A lot of times in the back of their head, they're going, yeah, this is great. Or I think even maybe the second one is, does it work, right? This is a big one that is a huge part of a lot of local businesses' psyche, is they don't think that Facebook advertising, they don't think that social media marketing is going to work for them. So you need to show them that not only do they need it, but yes, this is going to work for them, right? Because that's a big thing that they have in their head. So you got to show them other people who are like them that it's worked for, or you got to show them specifically how it's going to work for them. But that is another thing that you got to handle. So we talked about the first one being, this is good that this is being recorded, because this is good stuff, don't you think? The first one is, do I need it? The second one is it going to work? The third, right? The third objection that we need to handle is it worth it, right? Like is it worth the money? Okay, yeah, you'll get me that, but is that worth it, right? Is it worth what you're asking? Is it worth the thousands, the hundreds, whatever it is that you're charging? Is that actually worth a return, right? So these are all things that are in people's minds that you need to handle before you even get on a phone call with them, right? Like that's the key, is that before you even get on a phone call, or on a sales pitch at least, can they have some of these things figured out, right? All right, so let's check and see if there's any info here. Rachel says this is goo. I like it. I love goo too. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it. I'm just kidding with you. Guys, if you guys have any questions, I'm always curious when there's no questions. If there's no questions, it means that, like, to me, I'm like, I'm not doing a good enough job, because I think that you should always have questions about how do I implement it, or how would this work for me, or whatever it is. So don't be afraid of questions. Questions are the best, and make the training even better. So I want to show you guys how I got 300 free opt-ins. And I think it's, for me, I'm kind of nervous about giving away this tactic, because I think that it, like, I don't know. I'm just nervous about it. But hopefully the other quote unquote influencer aren't watching. But if they are, that's okay. If they take action on it, that's no problem. That's what this is for. The other day I was scrolling through my news feed, and I saw, I thought, I had to check and make sure it wasn't our ad. It literally was like the exact system. Like, someone, like, there are lots of people who don't take action, right? But then there are a few people who take action. And it's so funny, because it was a real estate agent that literally just dissected and reverse engineered my chatbot system for real estate agents to a T. And I, like, looked them up, and I was like, it was crazy, because when you put stuff out there, right? And we have a Facebook group of almost 5,000 real estate agents. So it was bound to happen, right? This was not the first time. One of my clients was like, "Hey, we have someone who's doing our same ad. What's going on? Are you guys, like, just doing stock stuff?" And we're like, "Absolutely not." Like, the only thing that could happen is that, like, people are just implementing what we're teaching, because we've given out, hey, our best profitable ads. We've given out our best templates. So it was just funny. And I say that because I want you guys to go out there and implement this same stuff too. And that, that would be the greatest service to me. So let me show you what the heck I'm even talking about here. So in Chatbot 101, by the way, if you guys are not in Chatbot 101, y'all need to get into that group, because it is the fastest growing chatbot group in the entire world. Okay. We're already at almost 3,000 members, guys. Literally, it's crazy. So I want to show you though what happened. Okay. Because this template right here, this post right here. Okay. Let's see if it tells us how many comments. Okay. This one has 220 comments. All right. And then I want to hop over here, and I want to actually see, there's another one that has almost like 400 comments. Let's see if we can find that one, right? Because I want to show you that these things were not, like, just necessarily on accident, right? They were actually kind of manufactured in a way, right? So let me show you what I mean. Let's see, does this tell me how many comments I got? It doesn't matter. There was like a combined almost 600 comments. All right. So here's my point though. Here's how I actually got it to happen. So you can do this with products, services. It doesn't matter. The point is I was trying to think of a way of how can we hack the algorithm, right? Like how can we hack the algorithm without, like including links and engagement and all that stuff. So what we did is we had people opt into a link. Okay. Now we had them opt into this link. Now what that did is that let them to be able to subscribe. Okay. So they actually subscribed, and they came in here, and we subscribed them, and we tagged them, and they are if they weren't part of the bot, now they're in. Okay. So we already had a value bomb. We already had something they really wanted. Now here's where the magic happens. Okay. Because now they're subscribed, but I actually went in here, and then in this same flow, as part of getting what they wanted, right, I actually told them to go back and confirm the link. And I actually linked back to the same post and told them that if they wanted the thing that they opted in for, to go back to the post and comment. Now, what does that do? That actually re-triggers the Facebook algorithm, that re-triggers everything. So that way that this post happened April 25th. And, is the live video over? Are we done? Can you guys still see me? Hopefully it didn't end. Did it end? Let me know if you guys are still here. But these posts are happening, April 25th. And what was the other one? April 5th, right? Like this one is still getting comments, and this post happened over a month ago. And it was just because I utilized the systems, right? It all worked really fluidly to bring them back. So if you are let's say you are, how could this work with anybody else? You could, instead of having this in the group, you could have this in your profile. You could have people come in off of a link off of your profile, right? Then go through into your bot, come back to your profile, and then it's going to keep bouncing up to the top because people keep commenting on it. So point being is that you can actually hack the system that way. And that's how we had a value bomb, right? And we utilized some of our systems to be able to get people into our bots. So are we still here? Can anybody hear me? All right, we're live. All right, good. Okay, any questions here? DJ Soul says, why is he asking us to go back again? So there's my secret, my man. It's really about leveraging the algorithm because the reality is we were doing it and we were just asking people to comment, but then we were responding in Messenger and we were responding in comments, and then people were we were getting blocked. Facebook was like, nope, can't send that, and we couldn't get people their links, and people were getting upset. So we're like, how can we find a way to self-perpetuate this, but then also know who is actually in? Because sometimes in the bot, you can't always, people get lost and like things, happen. So we wanted a way to be able to keep track in the group and also have social proof and all those other things. So Rachel says, that is so genius. I encourage you to take it. I appreciate it. Chris says all the questions pop up afterwards. Reno says, how much do you charge a local business? It depends on what they want. Usually the basic packages start at $1,500 and they go up, from there, depending on how in-depth the service is. Alexander says that the idea of going back blows up engagement. Yeah, and really it's just, it's like if they're, you got to make sure that they actually want it, that you actually have something that they want, but that's a big thing. So that leads me really nicely into the sales system aspect of it. So this is, this here is I think one of your biggest areas of opportunity. And I shared with you, I started in the direct sales world. And what I used to do is I would sit down every day. I would get out my notebook. I would have literally paper notebooks like this, and I would open it up and I would have names and phone numbers all in these pages. Literally, I think I might have some of these notebooks still in here. Like, it's crazy. I'm such a hoarder like that because secretly I think that someone's like going to value that stuff one day and be like, oh, this is Hector's very first notebook when he started a business, when he was 17. But seriously, I had names and phone numbers of people in my notebook that I would literally go through with a pencil and call. And if they answered, I would make a little mark. If they didn't, I would make another mark. And I would literally call every day. I had a goal of calling 36 people every day. No, 32 people every day. Because 16 was my average to schedule an appointment with someone who was interested. So I tried to set 2 appointments every day. And so I would literally, sometimes that would take like an hour or 2, depending on if I was focused or not, or depending if people answered. And so my point in that is that now you don't have to do that. You don't have to sit there and manually call people. Like that is the most archaic system ever, right? Definitely like one of the most archaic systems. So what I want to share with you is how can you get people on the phone who are actually interested, right? And actually, are motivated to have a phone call with you, right? And I think that is so important for people. That way they're not pitching people who aren't interested. That way they're not spending all their time spinning their wheels. And that way they can actually have an ongoing, consistent flow of clients who are actually interested in them. So that's big, right? That's definitely big. Let's talk about how we can actually do that. And the number one thing that we've got to do is we've got to figure out how are we selling to people, okay? How are we selling to people? Are we selling to people one-on-one? Are we selling to people in groups, right? Like that's what we got to decide. Is your strength in one-on-one sales, or is your strength in group sales, okay? if you're good one-on-one, it's really, really valuable, to have a system that is automatically scheduling appointments with people that are interested in talking with you, right? If you're really, really good at group sales, it's great to have a way for you to get business owners all in the same room or all on the same Zoom call or whatever it is, right? But you've got to figure out how can you systematically drive those sales processes. And we'll talk, our last tip, we'll talk, we're doing good on time today. I'm proud of myself. Our last tip, we'll talk about how to scale through software and people. But really what we're trying to do is we're trying to drive these two systems. Okay. So let me know, are you guys one-on-one or are you group sales? Okay. Let me know, do you guys right now sell your services through one-on-one or you sell them through a group, right? And I think about like group doesn't have to be just webinars, right? Maybe you can go and you can speak at industry trade shows or industry meetings, or maybe you can get a seat at some of these networkers or mixers or BNI groups or Toastmasters or whatever it is, right? Like I think about that as group sales too, right? Because you have all those people in front of you. So let me know if you guys are one-on-one or if you guys are in group, because I think that they're a little bit different. However, how you drive them is very, very similar. The biggest thing that you want to know, though, is you've got to change the sales environment, okay? You've got to change the sales environment. So what these people over here, these are kind of like on their own, right? They're like, they're consuming these videos on their own. They're consuming these PDFs on their own. They're consuming them like at their own pace, on their phone, maybe at their desk, who knows, right? But if we're talking about someone paying us, thousands of dollars, we've got to realize that we need to get people, right? We need to get people into a different sales environment, right? I always talk about like growing up, and I remember we were going to Disney World, right? And my parents were like, all right, we're going to Disney World. I'm like 10, I don't know, 10. I'm so excited. Never been to Disney World. And I'm like, this is awesome. And we get there, and I remember landing, and it was like, all right, we've got to go to this thing first. I was like, where are we going, right? And we end up, and it was a timeshare thing where if you went to the timeshare thing, they would give you like a free package or whatever to Disney World. And so once again, over here, a value bomb. My parents were like, oh, Disney World for free. So we can take the kids and not have to pay. That sounds awesome. All right. Value bomb. But then we had this sales system where they actually had us drive to Lord knows where. I don't remember. I remember just being asleep and waking up in this strange place and them having toys to play for the kids, because they knew that there's going to be a bunch of crazy kids running around. And I know eventually my parents gave in, and they do, I think, still have a timeshare now. But the point is that it's really about you changing the sales environment, right? Changing the sales environment, taking them from their computer and getting them onto a Zoom call, right? Just having them from on a website to being on a Zoom call, or, to going and meeting with them in person. They're interacting with you online. Now they're meeting with you in person, or they're interacting with you online. Now they're on the phone, right? Looking at a PDF or whatever it is. The thing is, you've got to change the sales environment so that people will feel comfortable, doing something different, right? That's really a lot of psychology, but that's the number one thing, is we got to get them to a different sales environment. So let's hop in here. DJ says one-on-one, but he needs to do groups. A lot of you guys are doing one-on-one. So let's talk about the one-on-one process, right? So the one-on-one process, we go from here, right? And if we're going from our value bomb to our one-on-one, the first thing that we have to do is we have to get them qualified. And I've talked about this at least ad nauseum to me. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I follow all of my content because I'm here all the time. So I feel like I'm talking about this all the time. However, there are a series of questions that we cover in our accelerator program that you need to cover with every single person before you actually start pitching them. So the process is actually, if you're going to do one-on-one, it's actually qualifying, and then it's pitching, right? And then ideally you want to close the sale there, but then the last process, right, is this follow-up process, because that, is sometimes required for people to be able to pull the trigger, right? Ideally, you want to have people pull the trigger right there on the spot. You don't want them thinking, quote unquote, thinking about it. They're just going to unthink themselves out of it. You want people pulling the trigger, but sometimes getting follow-up is really, really important too. Just having that automated and systematic is very, very valuable. All right, where should we start? Okay, so let's back this up here. And I threw this automated there because ideally you want to automate it, right? We'll talk later about, having these people and these softwares, kind of doing it for you and to where it can just work on autopilot. And one day you eventually can just wake up and your system is, filled, or your schedule is just filled with, prospects who want to pay you thousands of dollars. That would be ideal. However, a lot of times as you're building these things, you're going to have to build them piece by piece, right? You'll have to build it like a railroad track and lay the piece one by one. So first thing is this qualifying, right? How do we go from giving this value bomb to this next sales system? Well, the value bombs don't end. It's at every level giving value. So the biggest issue that I see with a lot of service-based industries is they say, oh, I'll give you a free consultation. All right. The free consultations are like literally the worst. All right. Free consultations are literally the worst. So if someone is doing a free consultation, I would be shocked if they actually have people do that, right? If people actually do that. So what you've got to find is at this next level, okay, in order to get them onto a qualifying call, can you create some sort of value bomb again that they are willing to now get on a one-on-one call with you, right? So a lot of times this qualifying is kind of easy when you do it the right way, right? If you are able to offer them and if you're able to entice them with results, right? And if you have done the research of what this industry wants and what this industry needs, then you can actually just dangle that in front of a lot of business owners, and that will be enough for you to be able to get on a phone call with them, right? Like, let me give you an example. We have right now, we are, where are we right now, we're prospecting a lot of different prospects, right? Or a lot of different industries, but one of them is roofers. And one thing that we're finding is with the roofing industry is obviously they are so archaic, right? And they're so old school that just for them being able to offer them a automated way, a systematic and an automated flow of interested leads is going to do wonders for them, right? Now, on the other hand, we talk to real estate agents, and we don't just talk about leads necessarily, right? Because any real estate agent can get leads. They can just go on Zillow or realtor.com and pay for leads. We talk about getting them motivated, people who are interested, right? And qualifying them. So it really goes down to knowing your niche and knowing your industry. But if you can do that, right, then what you can do is you can actually create a way for them to want to get on the phone with you, because the smart ones are going to value that. They're going to go, well, wait a minute. Yeah, we want more clients. Yeah, we want more customers. Yeah, we want more transactions. We want more of that stuff. Well, what do you got, right? The right ones are going to say, what do you got, and want to get on a phone call. So I think that doing research on your niche and your industry is so valuable. All right, let me hop in here and see if we got any questions. Guys, we need more questions, okay? We need, because otherwise I'm just up here ranting and rambling. But, if the ranting and rambling is good, obviously I'd appreciate the likes and the loves. Those things always help. And share this out too with anybody that you think this would be valuable for. All right. So let's talk about this value bomb, right? The other way, what I find is if someone has some sort of inbound processes, right? One thing that they can do is create just a spicy, a jazzed up, a tasty, a delicious way of of offering that quote unquote free consultation, right? Let me give you another example. And I love analogies because, if you hate analogies, get off the call. I do lots of analogies because it helps people crystallize things in a deeper way, right? But do you remember back in school when teachers would offer office hours, nobody would ever show up? Oh my goodness, right? Teachers probably called it office hours because they knew that nobody would show up, right? However, if a teacher actually cared and wanted to get the people to show up, they gave away the first answer to the test, or they gave away a question to the quiz, right? And what this did was it caused people to actually have a reason to show up. If you just say, oh, here's a free consultation, well, all of a sudden people are like, I don't need to be consulted. I'm not fucking depressed, like I've got my own, I'm busy, right? However, if you offer them it was crazy. One thing that we did, for our list of real estate agents is we offered a free, what was it called? It was a free social media strategic plan, it was a customized social media, customized Facebook advertising plan, I think is what we call it. Hey, do you want a customized Facebook advertising plan? Right? That's what we asked them. We sent it out to our list. We dropped a post in our group. I think we had over 120 people who raised their hand from it and said, yeah, I want that. Now that told us who wanted, that was the spicy part, right? Now we had a bunch of hoops in order to qualify people in order to actually get the customized plan, right? But the simple difference is we didn't call it, hey, who wants a strategy session? Who wants don't call them strategy sessions either, right? Like that's nobody wants those. But we called it a customized Facebook advertising plan. And the reason we called it that is because on our pitch, we're actually going to walk them through exactly what we would do for them if they became a client, right? Like, okay, you live in this area. So what we would do is we'd target these people. And then what we would do is we would run them through this kind of process. It would look like this. And this is how we'd qualify them. And we'd collect their phone numbers and all their information this way. And then we'd send the text off to you like this. And it's all very tailored to them, right? But they also are, what's the word just I'm looking for? We also make sure that they're qualified as well. All right, hopping back. Laura, what's going on? Kevin, Neve, good to see you, dude. Greg, Giancarlo, I appreciate all y'all hopping on. If you guys have questions about this, we're talking about services, but if you guys sell a product, I think that there are similar ways to do it. But we're talking about one-on-ones. And I think the biggest key is just offering something that people actually want, right? Nobody wants a strategy session. Nobody wants a consulting. Just like nobody, I see, just like all of those basic generic kind of offers are the worst. They're terrible. So let's hop in and give me a thumbs up if you guys are getting this and if you guys are with this, or give me any questions if you guys have any questions, and we can move on to group sales, because I want to touch on a little bit about this because I think that this is something that you guys can aspire to. And I think it's something that some of you guys might be ready to get going and to implement right away. Now, eventually, right, there is going to be a challenge to run everybody through this one-on-one process, or eventually you're going to want to ultimately scale this qualifying process, right? I think that this is something that can happen as well, is that you can actually have you can have your qualifying process be the group part, and then the one-on-one still happens one-on-one because the nature of your service, the nature of your business, the nature of your sales process requires it. I think that you can also qualify people through your group scales process as well. Some people, depending on the service, you can close them, or they just may always need a one-on-one option. Justina, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what is hilarious, but if you guys are finding value, I am not afraid to beg for that engagement just because good old Zucks is watching. So I talked a little bit earlier about the different opportunities to do group sales. There are obviously online, so things like live trainings or webinars online. There are things like Facebook Lives, or there are things you can sell in groups online. Okay, so we all know that. what I think a lot of people miss is the opportunity for them to build their business through in-person speaking, right? Whether that's Chamber of Commerce, whether that's Toastmasters, whether that's B&I groups, whether that is, what am I missing here? Industry events, right? Conferences, local trainings, just going in and saying, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, you guys have, a sales team. I want to teach them social media, right? And doing, a live training for their 3 or 4 salespeople or whatever it is, and just hustling and getting in front of people in a group so that you can leverage the collective energy to be able to drive action, right? I think that that's really, really valuable about all that aspect. Okay. You're right, Justina. So guys, I realize I don't pause a lot and I don't take breaths a lot during these trainings because I value your time. So I apologize for taking a quick second to take a breather. I'm going to move quickly on group sales because I think that it's a challenge for some people for lots of reasons. Number one is I just think that for the longest time, I wasn't comfortable getting in front of people and talking. And I think that there's a lot to build up to that. So just know that you can do that. All right. All right. Let's move on. Yes, let's move on. Let's move on to the last one, which is scaling through softwares and through people. Yes. Let's talk about that, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to be able to make this happen on autopilot. We want to be able to get this to happen in the background, right? Because if we are consistently doing this and we're consistently sending these messages ourselves, or we're consistently finding these people on our own, if we're like me back in the day, sitting down individually, typing in and dialing and calling all of these individual people one by one, it can take forever. And so what we want to do is we want to decide that once we have something that is working, we want to look to scale that, right, via people or via softwares, or ideally both. Okay. Now, one of the biggest breakthroughs I had in my business was when I brought on my first and second VA. Actually, I'll tell you that my biggest breakthrough was my second VA, right? And it really, really built a lot of the opportunities that we have, and it really gave me the ability to be able to do what it is that I'm able to do. Right. I mean, think about all the different businesses that we have running right now. It's like, it's a lot, right? We got SaaS products, we've got trainings, we've got client services, we have another, educational product, a baby on the way, which is his own product. So I'm not here, complaining. What I am here letting you know is that the way that I found a solution through all those is not only to find people who can do these things, but to also allow them to leverage softwares and tools that make them even more efficient as well. So, guys, this is big, and I guess I'll share kind of what we've done. And what did I write down? So for us, I just wrote down SMS prospecting. So one thing that we've started implementing is our SMS prospecting. And the reason is that there are a few businesses that still still industries that run their business out of their cell phone. We realized this early with real estate agents, right? Is that real estate agents, a lot of the numbers that they had were actually on their phone, right? And so what we were able to do was do a lot of this. This is great. It's like, I love to see all this stuff happening. So what happened is I'll just share with you. We actually were able to we've moved into, I mentioned to the roofer industry, and we've moved into there, and we've started gathering all of their information from our systems. We use Robo Contact to be able to get all of our information. And since so far, we've been able to generate over 160 phone numbers of people. And ideally, if this was old school, what we would do, we would go through and we would manually send, we would type in, we would get our phone. We used to do this. Literally, we used to do this. We would type in on our phone as we would go, 630, whatever. Now, what's great about it is we have a system where we can actually send them a text message. So what we do is we go through and we send all these people a text message. And so now we'll send them a message and we'll say, hey, you should pay us money. No, we don't say that. I'm just kidding. We say we can get you stuff you want. Not exactly like that, but we, depending on the industry, that's what we do, right? And then what we do is we go through and then we'll actually call all these people. So then I can actually call them, right? And I can choose what number I want to call them from. And I can say, I want in between each number, I want 5 seconds. And it'll literally dial the numbers, right? Which is great. And then if they have their email, we can actually go through and we can email them as well. And so what we do right here is just a simple three-touch system that allowed, and basically on those phone calls, I didn't even mention this, right? On those phone calls, we actually have these audios right here, and we actually just send them an audio, right? We don't even talk to them. You can actually record an audio, and you can record, and let's say allow, and we'll just say, hey, the reason I was calling you is I sent you a text message and an email about getting more clients. If you want to chat about it, then just text me back. All right, have a great one. Or something like that, right? I could send something like that or whatever. I don't know. We're playing around with this, and we're doing lots of different things. But then I send this audio, and what happened is we actually had people who listened to the audio and messaged us back. And now we have a sales pitch with them in an hour or two. So this was how we leveraged. Once again, we knew what our people wanted. We knew what our niche wanted, right? That's why we were able to get them to respond back. We had our sales system. We knew that we wanted to get them on a one-on-one call, right? That was our eventual goal. And so what we did is we leveraged the software to talk to people, right? And then we let them know, like we just leveraged the softwares. It happened all automatically. And then this person who was motivated, qualified, interested, ready, right, actually came back to us and booked a sales call with us. They hopped on the phone. We went through this qualifying process. They passed through all the gates. They checked all the boxes. And now we're pitching them today. And so what we were able to do was to, once again, leverage. And here's the thing. I didn't do that. That happened for our agency, and I had someone program and click all those buttons. And that's why I don't even know what's going on to a T here, because I'm not doing this, right? But we had people who did this, and then we had softwares that made them really, really efficient. So that's really the power of leveraging both people and softwares to go out there and build your business. All right, guys. Wow, we did good on time here. Did I not cover anything? It's totally possible that I didn't cover anything. So if I didn't, so John says put a short link to your bot in the SMS. Oh, brilliant stuff, right? That's like, so it's just beautiful stuff that you can use with text in bulk. Kevin says, what if they pick it up? What if they pick it up? So what's great about this software is that I can actually choose what I want to happen. And so that was from our affiliate. I can choose, right? Do I want to allow them to call me, right? If I do, okay, then you'll notice here that we just have it forwarded to Dan, right? And if they call, it just forwards to them. Now, John has built this software out so that it is a freaking beast. And what you can do is you can actually create a 1-800 IVR, which is like press 1 to do this, press 2 to do this. So if they call, they can do that. It can actually route. There's a bunch of different things, or it will actually you can have it text people. You can have it notify people as well. So you can have it do lots of things in there as well, Kevin. Ianella, what's going on? Adrian, what's up? Guys, we're talking here about how to leverage the sales system, right? And if you have things people want, right, and you have a value bomb, and then you can automate this, what you can do is you can actually drive incoming prospects who want your products and services. So that's what we're talking about here. And of course, we talked about some of the tools that you can use to do it. So going back to it, guys, everybody needs to figure out what is their value bomb. What are they offering? Okay. What is their thing? And you might have to test it out a couple of times to find the right one, right? But you got to figure out what's your value bomb. What are you offering to people? Then the second thing is, what's the sales system that you're going to put people through, right? Are you going to do one-on-one or group sales? And then how are you qualifying people to actually get through this sales process, right? So that you're only pitching the people who are actually qualified, and you're only pitching the people who want to actually buy stuff from you, right? And then at the last rate is, once you've dialed that in and once you've figured out what that is, well, now you can automate and you can scale it, and you can really make it something that works on its own without you having to do it. So guys, this is what we covered today. This was quite a bit. Was there any questions? Because I think that this was, let's back it up here and show everything that we went over today. And boom, right there. Okay, so that was quite a bit, but that's okay, because that's why you're here live on the trainings. Of course, this is recorded, and some of you guys I know are in our accelerator program, so you guys will be able to get your questions answered live next week on our live calls. But definitely want to field any questions that you guys have. And I will share just a couple of things about our accelerator program that is getting remodeled and rehauled, rebranded a little bit to make it just a little bit better. So if anybody wants to stick around, I'm going to share a little bit about that. And then we'll hang out and answer any of you guys' questions. So let's see. Any questions down there? Guys, now's your chance. Now is your opportunity to be able to do that. Of course, if you guys got value, here's another plug for engagement, because the good old Zucks, Uncle Zucks, is watching. So I'd appreciate the likes and the loves and the shares if you guys got any value out of it. But I would encourage you guys to drop any questions about either how to create a good value bomb, what kind of sales systems you can use, or even some of the softwares that we talked about today as well. You guys got a little bit of time left. Otherwise, I want to take if I can do this whole thing in under an hour, this would be amazing. This would be one of the first times that we've done that. So guys, I know that right now we have a few people who are already in our accelerator program, but if you guys are not, I'm going to share a little bit about it very quickly, because I know a lot of people have been asking about the difference and what's going on with it. So there's a couple of things, and here's the biggest reason is that you might be feeling overwhelmed right now. You might be feeling like this is a lot of information, or you might be feeling underwhelmed, and you might be feeling like, okay, well, like, what are the next steps? But ultimately, there is some next steps, and no one's life has ever been changed from a live video, right? And that's the reality about it. And so what we have put together over the last really year is we've found a way, and we've created a community of people and a system of resources and tools that can really allow you to build your business. And specifically right now, it's for people who want to leverage messenger marketing and chatbots at the highest level to be able to actually do that. And so what we've actually been able to do over the last year is we've tested and tried out lots of different things. And I've been trying to figure out what is the most valuable training that is out there. and so that's kind of what we've landed on. And that's how we have the accelerator program. So those of you guys who are still interested in learning more about how do I build an agency, or how do I build my brand or my business through messenger marketing, stick around and I'll share a program that will accelerate that process so that you do not have to spend the time learning all that on your own. Now, I do want to let it know, I already gave away the price. There it is, the price. So it's only $297. Okay. So here's what it is though. Usually I wait to the price at the end, but F it. So here's what it is though, because you guys are gonna be like, that's all for all of this. So the first thing is the training. Okay. We have a series of trainings that we've created over the last little bit. And what is amazing about it is that it's twofold. The first is that it's all focused on building bots. So we actually have a full many crash tutorials and trainings. And if you guys are on ManyCrash, it's great for that. We're actually coming out with a full chat fuel training, right? So we actually have an outline that's going to be built out for a full step-by-step A to Z, from how do I get started on chat fuel to how do I become a badass developer on chat fuel. That's going to be released over the coming days and weeks, really. The outline's already there. We just got to record the videos. So that's going to be there. And when we implement that, I can guarantee that the price will go up, but that's going to be included. But most importantly, we have the most complete agency training for bots out there in like anywhere, right? There is something that I know no other program is helping you with, and that is how to sell bots and giving you the tools that you need to sell bots at the level that we are. And so what we've done is we actually have a full, what we call program, right? This is the exact same sales training that I gave to my sales team, and that helped us to 5X our business a month after. And so what you get is you get 3 days of training that I did with our salespeople, right? Over 3 days of like 6 hours of just straight sales training, right? You get our sales decks, you get our templates, you get all of our emails, right? So there's over 15 emails in here that you can use. We have recorded sales calls that you can listen to. It's the most complete training that you will find out there on building a bot agency. So if you are, if you're into that and that's something that you want, drop an emoji and give me a thumbs up, and I'll get you the link because there's only 10 spots left, right? But we do have the most comprehensive training on bots out there. Let's see, do we have here scripts? I want to show you. So sales scripts. So guys, what you'll see here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 different scripts on here that you'll have access to for you to be able to implement into your business. These are literally plug and play email scripts, cold calling scripts, walk-in scripts. It's all right there for you. It's literally plug and play. Like I said, it's the most comprehensive training for bots out there. And that's just the first part, guys. We didn't even talk about the rest of it, okay? If you guys are into it and you guys want it, drop a thumbs up emoji and I'll get you the link because we're doing a special link only for 10 people, okay? Actually, I think there's 9 spots left now because somebody already got it. Now, you also get weekly coaching, okay? Because a lot of people, when you get courses, you just like, you're kind of hung out to dry with like the info and the implementation of it. And it's kind of on you to be able to do it. And so what we do is we have weekly training calls, and I just decided this, right? But hopefully all our team is, I don't know, we're going to be good with it. But we're going to have 3 different calls every week. One will be on strategy and marketing. That'll be with me. One will be on the tech and the tools and the software, and that'll be with John. And then we also have our sales, the guy who's really handling all the prospecting and the sales, Dan. He's going to be doing coaching calls and weekly office hours every single week. So you're going to get, not only are you going to get the technical support, you're going to get the strategy and the sales support. And the reason is we know that building a business is not just something that you do when you watch the videos and when you're taking the course. It's something that happens over weeks and months and years. And we want to help you and be a part of that process with you. So you get all that. Now, in addition, there's also a group and a community. We have a group and that it's really, I put like Hangouts there because that's what it's turned into, where where our people are just able to just like get support from a group, right? I think it's valuable to have me in your back pocket, but I think it's even more valuable for you guys to actually have people who are in the thick of it with you, right? And so we have our Chatbot Accelerator program. Our accelerator, I don't know where it is. I don't know why it's not coming up, but we have over 100 and like almost 200 people in this accelerator group. And it's always blowing up with valuable info of people who are really out there building their business. So check this out. So we have over 100 people in this group, and it's always popping. People ask questions, they get immediate help. we have jokes, we have important updates, all of that stuff. So there's this group, there's also a Facebook group. But the point is that you actually join a community. You actually get a group of people who are there to really support you. And we also have now, if you join this, right, and you get in on this offer, you actually get the opportunity to get multiple, just support from multiple angles. All right, so the next thing that we'll talk about here is we'll talk about the tools. So we also want to make sure that you guys not only have the words to say, but we want to make sure that you have the tools to be able to go out there and implement this. And this is probably one of the coolest things that we've been able to do for our people. And Tier 5 is just a group that has created a group of amazing softwares. So let me, I think I can do it from right here. So what you're going to get is 5 softwares that we call our software sales system. And you've heard me talk about it a lot, right? But the first one is Robo Contact. And this one here will instantly allow you to generate hundreds and thousands of leads from any niche or industry that you want by searching Google Maps. This thing is the most powerful prospecting tool that you can use. And it's the most valuable given the price that we're giving it away at. The next is the text in bulk, which is basically you can create a chatbot with your phone number, right? It allows you to build basically chatbot-like features for SMS, and it allows you to entirely revolutionize the way that you connect with your prospects, both online and via the phone. So this is something that you can use to call, text, email all of your prospects right from one place and manage it really, really easily. You also get Invoicing You, and Invoicing You is probably the most dynamic platform, right, for business owners. And the reason is that if you're an agency owner, it makes it really easy for you to be able to get paid, right? It makes it super simple for you to actually be able to get paid. And you can create invoices, one-off invoices, product invoices. Now, the best thing is that you can actually create these things called group invoices. And if you want to be able to just quickly get paid for something, right? You don't have to set up a whole landing page. You don't have to set up all of this stuff, right? What's really, really valuable is that you can just create you can just get a link and it will automatically get you paid. And so I'm going to put this in the, because here's the link right here. And what's awesome is that it allows you to set parameters. You can actually set, limits on it. You can set discounts on it. It's the most dynamic payment platform. And what's great about if you're using chatbots, then you can integrate it right into your chatbot so that your chatbot can actually take dynamic payments and a cart as well. So I'm going to remove the preview because that looks ugly. All right, so this is Invoicing You, which is great. We also have Use Link Wizard, right? You have Link Wizard, which is just one of the most. It's right now a very robust link tracking, pixeling tool. But in the coming weeks, this thing is going to take your short links and it's going to turn them into smart links, right? You're going to be able to track locations. You're going to be able to redirect based on area. You'll be able to password protect your links. You'll be able to get notifications. All of that stuff is coming out in the next little bit with Link Wizard. So you're going to get access to that and all of the new updates that are coming out weekly. And then the last one is Magic Zap, which is really the sleeper in this whole thing, because this one we're just building out the landing page for it, but this one will allow you to transform your chatbot and your website user experience. So this will allow your chatbot to be able to talk to your websites, and you allow your chatbot to be able to talk to any other platform basically that you can install a script on, and you can customize, you can make it interactive, and it's really something that changes the game in terms of the level of bots that you can build. So you're gonna get all of those, okay? You get the tools, okay? You'll also get the sales scripts, templates, and bots, right? So I mentioned the tools, and those are the software tools, but the tools don't mean anything if you actually don't know how to use them. And so what we talked about is you're gonna get all of those sales scripts and you're gonna get all of those templates. So we mentioned that you're going to get over 17 scripts. You'll get our sales deck. You'll get our basic contractor agreements. You'll get all of that stuff. But then you're also going to get all of our Accelerator chatbot templates. So this is something that I haven't been kind of promoting a whole lot, but you're going to get a home services bot. So we have a home services bot that you guys will get. You guys will actually have, you'll get a real estate bot. You'll get a live event bot. You'll get an e-commerce bot, and then you'll also get an ad agency bot. So you get an e-com, an ad agency, you get a live event one, a real estate one, and a home services template that you can go in and use right away. People are paying hundreds of dollars for these templates. I give them away to you for free because I know honestly that they're not the end goal. They're just a part of the system here, right? And so with it, you get all of it. You get the training, you get the community, you get the tools, you get all the access to all 5 of them for 6 months, which is a fucking killer deal, right? And then you get the sales scripts, the templates, and the bots. You get all of that, and it's literally, it's $297. Okay, there's only 10 spots. There's 9 left. Okay, it's only available for 9 people. So if you're catching this on the replay, I'm sorry if the offer has gone away, but it is, well, for 9 people, it's $297. So if you guys want it, the link is in there, okay? If you guys have any questions, I'm going to hop back on my phone and see if you guys have any questions. I would encourage you guys to throw them down there just because it's a new package. And frankly, the value makes people think, well, like, I'm probably not getting a whole lot because like $297 is so like not a lot for all of that. But a reason is that, well, we obviously we want to give you the training, and that's a big part of it. And the training is already built, and we just, that, so it makes it easy for us. And then secondly, the tools are so new that we want to be able to build them. And so we need users and support to help us give better ideas and give feedback on how we can improve this stuff. So that's really what, the reason that it is the price. Tara says this is all massive value. Is the price per month or one time? The price right now is only, this is a one-time thing. So this is a one-time payment for all of this. Okay, the only thing that is not lifetime is the tools. All right, so that's the only thing that's not lifetime, and those currently are $97 a month for all the tools. So that's the only thing, is after those 6 months, you'll get to decide whether or not you want to stick around with the tools on the software program as well. So Chris says he's signing up. It's the least he can do. The link is in the, let's see if I can throw the link in there. I guess I didn't actually put it in the video. So let me throw that bad boy in the video here. So bam, there it is. Okay. So that's for y'all. I'm going to pin the comment so that y'all can get it. That preview is really gross, but anyways, it is what it is. So y'all go get in there. Chris, Tara, it is for sure. Our goal here is like, here's the reality. Okay. Right. And some of you guys know this, but our goal is not to, like, we don't need to make a fortune, right, off of you guys, because our goal is to be able to build, to be able to fund a software company that can build all the tools that you need. And so what we're doing is we're building tools that will allow you to build, your business, because we know that these are just the first of many that you're going to use from us. And so we want to be able to build with you and make you part of the community. And that's why, we've decided to let people in at such a crazy value. So that's really the truth behind all of it. I got some angry faces. I love it. I love angry faces. So, okay. So it looks like with the pinned post, you can't click it. That's so weird. I wonder if let's see if we can use a good old link wizard. Let's see if this works. All right. I'm going to add wizard link. All right. Let's see. So here's how easy it is. Okay. So now I can do that. Now I can just do this, and I can do Accelerator program. Okay. $297. If I want, I can add my Facebook pixel ID right in there. I can change it. A link preview. I'm going to use custom. I'm going to use a custom image, and we'll do this one here. And the title is Join the Accelerator Program. And we'll do that, and I'll do the shorten that URL. Now, bam. Now, let's see. I've got this one right here. And let's see if I go back to this. Let's see if this works. I don't know. All right. It works on desktop. That's strange. It works on desktop. So maybe you can, I'm going to throw it in the description then, because this is silly that you can't. Facebook, and they loathe links, don't they? Don't they loathe links? It's funny. But anyways, now if you guys have questions, throw that down there, and let me know if you guys have any. Otherwise, go get in the accelerator program, and let's do this, because those are the people who I get to hang out with the most. And those are the people who are really the ones that I get to build with on a most consistent basis. So save the video, okay? If you guys want the link, because I'm going to try and get it into the description right here. And you guys can always come back to it. Bam, bam. Join the Accelerator. There it is. It's in the description. Y'all go get it. If you guys got questions, drop them down there. You got a little bit of time left, but it's $297. Okay. One time, it's one time, $297. You get the training. We're going to tell you how to build bots. Yes, there is a many crash training that's going to stay in there for my accelerators. There's going to be a chat fuel, a full 101, 201, 301 that's on chat fuel that's going to be built out that you'll get access to. We also have hours in depth of training from very beginning. How do you get started? How do you prospect? What do you say to them? How do you close? Literally step-by-step trainings on how to sell bots. Okay. You're going to get the weekly coaching calls. So we have group calls every week. So you're going to get strategy from me. You're going to get sales. You're going to get tech and support from John. And it's going to be so you're going to be able to get weekly help. You're also going to get access to our community, our group chats. You'll get to hang out in our Facebook group. You get to hang out in our Facebook Messenger. You'll also have access to all of the tools for 6 months, right? So it's one time now, and you get access for the 6 months. And then you're also going to get all the sales scripts, the templates, and the bots. And all of you guys are people who are part of our community and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to build, because this price is not going to stay like that. Obviously, once those options go, they're gone. So that's what I would say about that. Let's see. Any questions? Go get in. The link's in the description there. I'll try and add it in all the other places, or just send me a message. How terrible. Yeah, you're right. You should just be able to. You should just be able to click it. All right. I'm just rambling. I love you. I'm calling it. The rest of you guys have an amazing day. Go join the accelerator program, and we'll see you later. Toodles.